Hello, everyone.
Hi.
Welcome to Property Zone. Today we are very honored. We actually have the opportunity to invite the head of international sales, Mandy, to join us for tonight's session. Hello, Mandy. Can you say hi to the audience?
Hello, everyone.
Okay. So today we will zoom into our neighboring country, as you can see at the backdrop, uh, Thailand, or particularly zoom into Bangkok. We want to find out what is the latest movement of Bangkok and how is it now the overall things if people are looking to buy, people are looking to invest in Thailand. What are the what are the factors to consider, and also what are the procedures, right? So if you are interested to explore more for yourself or for your family, stay tuned. Okay. So Mandy, I'm just gonna kickstart with the first question. All right. As
All
you know,
right.
the whole world is still fighting against COVID-19. So can you tell us what's the latest Thailand situation now in view of the COVID-19 pandemic? And also at the moment, as you see from the newspaper or Malaysia, Guinea or Facebook, Thailand is facing so-called a bit of political instability. No, we have a lot of university students coming out requesting more freedom per se. They're requesting less interference from the military and also might be reducing requests to reduce the power of the royal family. Can you give us your view and update on this?
Yep. Of course, according to the Prime Minister of Thailand, they say that the country has not really heading into second wave of COVID-19 because a lot of countries in Asia, especially we are talking about, they have gone to second or third or fourth wave already, but not in Thailand. And overall, the situation is actually under control, not significantly increased in number when it comes to COVID cases. And in fact, for Thailand, total number of confirmed cases are only about 4,151, with more than 93% recovery. And about 25 new cases in a day is the highest record since April 25th this year. So I would say that Thailand, in fact, have ranked the second on the global highest recovery index according to the list compiled by the global COVID-19 index.
So in short, they are doing very well.
Yes, they are doing very well. So nothing much when come to the COVID-19, even though there's lots of protests and rallies since October, and they are still handling very well. I would say that yes, there's a lot. I mean, since October 15, it seems like every week they have these protest campaigns that is going on, and especially towards the young, they actually come out to the street to demand the resignations of the Prime Minister's family and his cabinet, and of course, who wants to change the constitutions in all sort of way. But look at the bright side. In fact, based on the past history, right, since 2010, where the red shirt protest, and 2012, the yellow shirt protest again, and subsequently another 2 years where the Thailand military take over the whole governments, and comes to 2016, Thai King passed away. Every 2 years, in fact, after the rally, there was a hike on the property price. So in fact, despite all these rallies happening, like I mentioned, even COVID-19 cases have not been increased in tremendous numbers. And I would say it's pretty safe in terms of the economy and everything. So touch wood, everything seems all right.
Okay. For those of you who are not too familiar with the Thailand situation, I think Mandy just sum up for the past 10 years. Every 2 years, there's something going on, but it has not stopped property prices or the economy from keep going in. And the
Yep.
other things, if you realize that if you've been to Thailand, is that there could be on one road, military is, no, you can see the whole the truck, not the truck, a military truck, even the tank is coming out. But on the other side, people have lived a normal life. They're going to the market, they're going to the restaurant, they're going to work. So from what we see, the protests can be seems like a lot of concern for outsider, but it become parts of life in Thailand thing. So it has not really interrupted what has been going on in the economy. I think that's the point you want to share with us, right? Okay. Anything you
Yes.
want to add on pertaining to the particular questions I just asked? Anything else?
Uh,
Or pretty much
no.
sum it up?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
So, second thing is the country of smile, the land of smile, has attracted one of the most tourist arrival in the past record. But the COVID-19 has changed in the year of 2020. So
Mm-mm.
now I'm coming to 2021. Can you let us know, are tourists coming back to Thailand? What are the things you need to observe?
Okay, actually, before December 2020, only a limited number of foreign national from specific category are permitted to enter into Thailand with a special tourist visa, and which allow tourists to actually stay for 90 days, and this visa can be extended twice, which come to a total 270 days in Thailand. But then this visa is open to those national traveling from the countries with low and no local COVID-19 transmissions. However, just yesterday, the Thai government decided to open up the border to the whole world. Okay, in fact, means that everyone can travel to Thailand right now, and regardless whether the country have any COVID-19 situations, whether high cases or low cases, anyone can enter. Okay, so therefore, but I would say that they still need to comply with certain compliance, means that they need to quarantine for 14 days. That is mandatory. Okay, and as long as that tourists can actually visit anywhere they want without any worries, and as long as they wear the mask everywhere they go, and practice social distancing and regularly wash their hands, that would be fine.
So it means when Thailand government has decided to open the door to the world, they're actually pretty much in full preparation.
Yes.
Okay. So third, now let's say some of us are interested in buying a property in Thailand, especially in Bangkok, okay, the capital of Thailand. There are a few options. Some of the people can buy under construction. Or for some people, their concern is that even Thailand is not that far away. They still feel that it's at least few hundred kilometers away. Okay. So they can't see it on daily basis. They are more concerned about the construction and completion. So maybe
Yep.
what they want is they are looking to completed project or completed properties, or at least 90% completed. Okay. Can you share what's currently under our belt, under our IQI channel? What are the projects available that fits into that category? Is either completed, newly completed, or nearing to completion?
In fact, there are actually quite a few projects that is currently already completed and or is going to complete soon. And most of these projects are either from the top developers or those well-known developers in Bangkok. So it's pretty safe to actually buy those completed properties, especially you can actually see the actual units. I mean, even though you can't physically travel, maybe some of us is still afraid of traveling due to this pandemic, or we do not want to be quarantined for 14 days. Okay, but we still can watch all the virtual tour via online. So in fact, we have two that are pretty like a lot, especially these two projects. One is actually the from the developer called SC Asset, and it's called Chamber on Note, and basically it's actually located in the suburb of Onut, which is only 3 stations away from Thong Lo. For those that was actually very familiar with Bangkok and have been traveled quite often to Bangkok, I'm sure they know Thong Lo. Okay, Thong Lo is one of the little Japanese suburbs in Bangkok, and it's also consists a lot of wealthier locals are staying around there. It's just like similarly to our Bangsa, okay, whereby there's lots of F&B restaurants, bar around there. In fact, it's actually very happening. Also, a lot of Japanese mall. You want to buy anything, you can actually grab there. So it's actually very near to this district, and the price is actually very reasonable, I would say. Starting from the price is actually 3.3 million onwards. Of course, this price is net. Developer are giving some discounts. Okay, in fact, you probably can't see projects that are giving discounts usually in Bangkok, but right now, because of this pandemic, developers are offering huge discounts. Therefore, you can actually grab this price. And if you were to convert to ringgit, it's about 450,000, I would say, starting from one bedroom. And this is actually considered very good locations, established suburb. Okay, you have all the amenities close to the BTS stations. You have all the good school around and hospital as well. So I would highly recommend this. Besides, there's another one that is slightly further away. Will be the future CBD called Bang Na. Okay, this area whereby there's lots of I would say huge shopping mall. One of the biggest shopping mall will be actually located in this area. It's currently under construction. Eventually, once it's completed in 2 years' time, it will become the biggest shopping mall in Asia, so-called Bangkok Mall. And this project is called Nichi Mono and will be completed probably next year. Okay, it's coming to complete soon. And the price is actually starting from 2.85 million Thai baht onwards. If you were to convert to ringgit, it's about 390,000 ringgit. So again, it's very affordable in terms of the pricings, and also very close to the BTS stations, close to all the shopping malls, good school around. Also a lot of surrounded with a lot of international school and also hospitals.
Okay, thanks for that. For those of you who are not too familiar with Thailand, basically Thailand has about twice our population. They have about 66 million.
Yep.
And a few years ago, if people who travel very frequent to Thailand, we know that last time you always use 1 to 10, right? Whatever they list down, 10 baht is equals to 1 ringgit. But now, for those who have bought Thailand property earlier, they're happy. But for those who are only traveling for fun, for trip, they're actually very sad because last time 10 ringgit we can change 100 baht. Now we need to use 13.5 ringgits.
Yes.
Basically, whatever you have, we need to pay additional 35%.
Yep.
So sometimes buying a property is hedging against inflation. Buying a property in a country whereby the economy is robust, whereby the appreciation is there, and also the currency appreciation, we will not only hedge against the inflation, we also hedge against the currency devaluation. So buying a property with a close by neighboring country like Thailand give us good capital appreciation. The rental, we're looking at how many percent?
I would say that right now it's probably still around 5%. If you are talking about during the peak, whereby lots of Airbnb rental is going out, I would say that it's around 6 to 7%.
Oh, okay. So if this is the case, as an owner, when they buy, who will manage the property for them? The developer side, individual agent, or how?
Okay, in fact, a lot of well-known developer, especially you talk about top 5 developer in Thailand, they have their own property management company by their own division. So basically, they can actually take care of all these property managements. Other than that, we have IQI Bangkok branch, whereby our local agents will be able to assist the clients to manage the property as well.
Normally, what are the fees? In Malaysia, is 1 month rental. Well, how about in Thailand?
It's similar.
It's similar.
Yes.
Okay. So just now you mentioned is very close to the station, both of the project. So one of them is under SC, asset, right? The
Yep.
other one is inside Bang Na by the other developers.
Sena?
Project name is called
Nichimono.
Nichimono.
Yes.
Okay. So close to LRT station. Of course, in Malaysia context, we always mention about walking distance to LRT, walking distance to MRT. Do you think this walking distance to public transportation is equally or even more important in Thailand? Or in
Okay.
Bangkok in particular?
I'm sure, Sean, you've been to Thailand before, and you have stuck in the jam for almost like more than 2 hours.
Almost
Even
2 hours, yes.
Yeah, even within a short distance of time. So traffic is actually pretty bad in Bangkok, I would say. Even locals, right? They have cars, right? Most of the time, they rather don't drive. Okay, they will probably park in the office or park at home or park in the train stations or whatsoever, and they rather commute by train. Okay, they do
Mandy,
not want
let me stop you for a while. When you say the word traffic jam is pretty bad in Bangkok, you're using a very mild word, okay? You're using an extremely mild word. Pretty jam is not even close to describe. If you start in the jam for 2 hours over a 6 kilometers journey, okay? So if I put myself in the perspective, I would buy. If there's not close to MRT or LRT or any public train transportation, it's probably a no-no to me. But having a walking distance to it, like two projects I mentioned, I think it gives a lot of confidence. It gives a lot of catalyst to that particular project and confidence to the purchaser as well.
Yep. Especially you talk about the Nichimono, the up and coming station is only 50 meter away from our project. So that is actually very near. In fact, based on the past history, the track record, all the property along the BTS or MRT line, the property price tend to have a fall. That means easily 50% to 100% price increase. So that shows that how significant or how important when choosing the right property, especially along the BTS line. So regardless whether is it close to the cities or further away from the city, as long as there is a LRT stations or BTS stations, right, I would say that it's actually a good buy.
Okay. So for those of us want to explore, you can always type in the comment here. We will get people to reach out to you in Bangkok project. It can be the two project we just mentioned or any other things you want to explore. Okay, just type in the comment. We will actually get the people to contact you. Now, some of the things they want to know is how much you need to pay for the down payment, and can the loan be arranged, or if it can be, how, and what will be the mortgage rate, and so on and so forth. Can you answer on that?
Yep, of course. Okay. Buying into Thailand is actually very straightforward, not very complicated when it comes to the buying process. In terms of down payment, we are talking about 20 to 30%. Okay, and of course, with this pandemic, some of the developer willing to offer about 15% to 20%. Okay, this is quite a norm. Otherwise, the usual one would be 20% to 30%. And they will pay nothing. That means in between the constructions, if you were to buy off the plan, after the down payment, you wait until your project's completed, you pay the balance. So if you were to buy those ready one, of course, you need to settle immediately almost after the initial down payments. And transfer fee is about 2%, 1% bear by the seller, the other 1% bear by the buyers. And you only need to pay a sinking fund, which is just one off. And usually we are talking about Thai baht 400 to about 600 per square meter. And it depends on what range of the products that you are buying. Of course, if you are buying into those luxury premiums kind of product, you probably have to pay slightly higher sinking fund. But the normal one usually is around 400 to about 600 per square meters. And in terms of the loan, it's pretty limited, especially for a non-resident, that means foreigner who wants to buy into Bangkok property. Most of the time, we will actually advise them to buy cash. Why? Because they are very selective kind of bank that will offer financings to the investor, especially
Non-Thai resident.
yeah, especially you talk about Malaysia, none of the Malaysian bank is actually offering such loan. The only one that we can leverage is only UOB Singapore or UOB Thailand. But again, they are very selective. They only work with certain developers or certain projects or certain locations. So, and the processing fee is actually very high. If you talk about interest rate, yes, no doubt right now, every country, the interest rate have dropped. But as a foreigner, if you want to get a foreign loan, right, the interest rate tends to be higher compared to the locals who get the normal loan package. So therefore, it's not very encouraging if you want to get the loan. I would rather suggest that you could refinance your property in your home country, whereby probably you can enjoy a lower interest rate and you cash out the money and you buy properties in Thailand.
All right. How about capital gain tax or tax on rental? If
Okay.
Malaysia want to buy.
Yep. In fact, they do not have any capital gain tax for foreigner, but they have this called specific business tax, which is 3.3%. If you were to sell your property before 5 years. Okay, if you were to buy, you sell anything after 5 years, you only paid stamp duty, which is 0.5%. One thing good about buying off the plan, that means buying from the developer, either is completed or completing soon, right? Or still under constructions, you'll be able to save this specific business tax as well as the stamp duty, because developer going to pay all this tax for you. What you need to pay as an investor is just 1% of the transfer fees.
How about the tax on rental?
Tax on the rental is actually very subjective. Of course, by law, the Thai law, tax on rental for foreigner, that means non-residents, non-Thai, will be around 15%. But all this while, I have never heard that expat or foreigners, they are paying the rental income in Thailand. So
Okay.
therefore, this one is still a bit on the gray area. Okay. To be on the safe side, you always want to engage a professional real estate. That means based on the local one, to give you a better advice through the entire process while you are purchasing the properties, because they keep on changing the rules and the regulations. We need some time to actually keep updating it. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you for your feedback. Thank you for your sharing as well. So just to recap it, if people are looking to buy a Thai resident, particularly in Bangkok, so prepare at least 20-30% if it's buying a project. But if it's nearing completion or buying a newly completed one, you need to have a lump sum. Loan availability is limited. Even there are, the rate will be very high. So it's not worthwhile. Rather than refinance and take the equity from your Malaysian house, if you decide to purchase a Thailand house. Okay,
Yep.
no capital gain tax if you buy from project. Okay, but if you buy sub sales, you're looking at 3.3% within 5 years. Okay, so I think we pretty much cover the things we want to cover today. It's already more than 20 minutes. So those of you interested to explore Bangkok property, completed, nearly completed, or new launch. So for project, there's new launch, at least you don't have to have the cash flow right away. You could be 2 years, 3 years down the road. So just get ready, 20-30%. Hedge against buying property is hedge against inflation. Buying a property in a good location outside your country is hedging our own currency depreciation as well. So there's the things we want to share with you. Thank you very much, Mandy, for coming in. So put in your comments, put in whatever you want to know, a particular project or any question you have in Thailand. Our people will reach out to you. And again, thank you very much. See you all next time. Bye-bye.
Bye.